Have you ever wondered why people who have millions in the bank often choose to rent instead of buy a home, and why, after age 50, that might actually be the smartest financial decision you can make? Here's a surprising fact: the number of millionaire households choosing to rent has tripled in recent years. That's right, people who can afford to buy anything are choosing to rent. We've all grown up hearing the same advice: buy a home, build equity, and chase the American dream. But here's what most people don't realize: owning a home can quietly drain your money, reduce your freedom, and lock up cash you could be using to actually enjoy life. Warren Buffett once said, "The worst investment you can have is cash," but he also warned about putting too much money into things that don't produce income. Today, you'll learn why his approach suggests a strategy most people overlook after 50. While society promotes homeownership as the key to wealth, the real numbers tell a different story. In this breakdown, you'll see why many wealthy people prefer flexibility over ownership, how renting can help protect your money, avoid hidden financial traps, and give you the freedom to live the lifestyle you've spent decades working for. Let's start by breaking the biggest myth about owning a home after age 50, because this one choice could decide whether you enjoy financial freedom or struggle with unexpected expenses. We've all been told the same thing: buy a home, pay it off, and you'll never worry again. But if that's really the key to financial security, why are so many wealthy Americans now choosing to rent instead? Here's what most people don't hear about owning a home after 50. Property taxes usually rise 3 to 5% each year. That's compounding costs working against you. Insurance premiums have gone up 21% in just the last 2 years because of more frequent natural disasters. In big cities, owning a home now costs about 38% more per month than renting a similar place. That's like paying for a luxury car every month and getting nothing extra in return. And the repair bills after 50 can be brutal: $25,000 for a roof, $40,000 for foundation problems, $12,000 for a new HVAC system. These aren't rare, they're expected over time. Renters don't deal with these headaches. Just look at Jim and Carol from Seattle. They owned a $950,000 home and thought retirement was set, until they had to pay $28,000 for roof work and $15,000 for foundation repairs, all while property taxes kept rising. So they sold their house, rented a luxury condo, and freed up $800,000. That money now earns over $40,000 a year in passive income while someone else takes care of everything. And there are even more hidden costs. Homeowners association fees often run $200 to $700 a month, and maintenance eats up 1 to 3% of your home's value every year. Even managing your property yourself takes time that could be used for earning or enjoying life. The wealthy understand something most people completely miss, and it changes everything. Let's look at what financially smart people really understand about the power of keeping their money available, because the wealthy choose flexibility over owning property. Rich people know something many don't: when you buy a home, your money gets locked into the walls, but when you rent, your money stays free and keeps working for you. In fact, 67% of ultra-high net worth individuals rent their main homes in major cities, not because they can't afford to buy, but because they prefer having access to their money instead of tying it up in a house. The wealthiest people I've studied rent because they understand the hidden cost of lost opportunities. Every dollar you put into a house is a dollar you can't invest in something that could grow faster, like businesses, stocks, or investments you can access anytime. Take Michael, a business owner in Denver worth over $15 million. He rents an $8,500 a month penthouse instead of buying, and uses the money he would have spent on a home to invest, earning enough to pay his rent 3 times over while his wealth keeps growing. The numbers back this up. Wealthy renters often invest the money they would have spent buying a home into portfolios that earn 7 to 10% yearly, while home values only rise around 3 to 4%, and that's before taxes, upkeep, and other costs. Think about it: have you ever noticed how smart investors avoid being property rich but cash poor? They live in nice rentals while their investments bring in income that covers the rent and more. And there's another big benefit: mobility. Wealthy renters can move for new job offers, lifestyle changes, or family needs without the stress of selling a house. No months of waiting for buyers, no expensive home staging, no paying a realtor 6% of your home's value. On average, selling a home takes 68 days and costs 8 to 10% of its value in fees and repairs. Wealthy renters skip all of that. Renting not only gives you the freedom to move when new opportunities come up, but it also helps you avoid financial risks that many people don't think about until it's too late, especially after age 50. Let me ask you this: what's more valuable, owning something that brings tax bills and estate issues, or keeping your money liquid so you can use it in ways that reduce taxes and grow your wealth? When you rent, your money isn't stuck in your house. It stays available to invest in things like municipal bonds, index funds, and retirement accounts, which can lower your taxes while still earning income. Here's something most people overlook: property taxes are basically a yearly wealth tax that renters don't pay. The average American pays about $3,500 a year, but in expensive areas, that number can jump to $15,000 or even $25,000. That's money that could be invested instead of going to local governments. And estate planning is much easier when you rent. There's no need for property appraisals, no complicated paperwork to transfer home titles, and no pressure to sell property just to divide it among your heirs. Instead, your estate is made up of liquid investments that are simple to split and give exactly as you choose. Let me ask, did you already know that owning real estate can cause problems with estate taxes and inheritance, or is that new to you? Here's a surprising fact: 73% of inheritance-related conflicts are caused by real estate disputes. Renters avoid that entirely and leave their loved ones with cash or investments that are easy to divide and use. The tax benefits of renting go beyond just estate planning. Renters can often deduct moving expenses when relocating for a job, while homeowners may have to pay capital gains taxes when selling their property. Rent payments don't create any tax issues, but selling a home can trigger large tax bills. But that's not all. There are hidden financial dangers in homeownership after age 50 that most people don't see coming until it's too late. Many believe owning a home in later life brings security, but the truth is, it can quietly eat away at your wealth without you even realizing it. As both you and your home get older, maintenance becomes more frequent and expensive. Roofs need replacing every 15 to 20 years, costing between $20,000 and $35,000. Plumbing wears out after 25 to 30 years, costing $8,000 to $15,000 to fix. Electrical systems need updates every 25 to 40 years, adding another $10,000 to $20,000. And here's the thing: these aren't optional repairs. They're required, and they bring no financial return. Meanwhile, if you had invested that same money with a 7% annual return, it would double in just 10 years. And it doesn't stop there. Making a home safe and accessible as you age, with things like ramps, stair lifts, and bathroom modifications, costs another $15,000 to $45,000 on average. Renters don't deal with any of that. They just move into homes that already meet their needs, without having to spend tens of thousands on upgrades. Did you know that home insurance claims go up by 340% for homeowners over the age of 65? As people and their homes age, issues like weather damage, plumbing failures, and general maintenance problems happen more often, and every claim you make can lead to higher insurance premiums that stick around for years. There's also a strong connection to healthcare. Medical emergencies often require fast access to cash, but homeowners may be forced to take out expensive home equity loans or sell their homes quickly, often at a loss, to cover those costs. Renters, on the other hand, keep their money in liquid assets they can use right away when health problems happen. After 50, market risk also becomes more serious. A drop in the housing market can trap homeowners in homes worth less than their mortgage or force them to sell for much less than expected. During the 2008 crash, $7 trillion in home equity was wiped out, and older Americans were hit hardest. Here's something most people overlook: as you age, the cost of missed opportunities grows faster. Every year your money is stuck in your house is a year it's not growing the way you need it to for a secure retirement. But there's a better way, an option that not only protects your finances but actually improves your lifestyle. After working hard for decades, why not finally live the life you've earned? Renters can do exactly that: enjoy a higher quality of life, stay flexible, and keep their money working for them instead of tied up in a house. Here's what wealthy renters understand: it's not about owning a house, it's about being able to afford the life you truly want. High-end rental properties offer amazing features that would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to add to a home you own, like concierge services, 24-hour security, fitness centers, pools, spas, and full maintenance services that take care of everything. What's surprising is that many luxury renters actually enjoy a better lifestyle than homeowners with the same wealth, because their money isn't tied up in a house. They can live in top locations, enjoy premium services, and upgrade their day-to-day life without draining their finances. And the freedom to move is life-changing. Renters can try out new cities, states, or even countries without the huge costs of buying and selling. One year near the grandkids, the next at the beach, and then maybe in a lively city, with no stress over real estate. Take Robert and Linda from Phoenix. After Robert retired at 58, they chose to rent and explore. Last year they lived in Austin near their daughter's new baby, this year they're enjoying Sarasota by the beach, and next year they're thinking about Santa Fe. They're living their dream while their investments continue to grow, something they couldn't do if their money was locked in a single home. And when it comes to downsizing, renters have it easier. They can move to a smaller, more convenient place as soon as their needs change, without the emotional and financial stress of selling the family house. The social benefits of renting are also worth noting. Many luxury rental communities attract well-educated, financially successful people, which creates great chances for networking and building friendships that many isolated homeowners often miss out on. In fact, studies show that luxury renters report being 23% more satisfied with their living situations than homeowners. The mix of freedom, top-tier amenities, and financial flexibility often leads to a better lifestyle than owning a home can offer. But here's the real question: how do you actually use this strategy to grow your wealth and improve your life? It starts with good timing and smart use of the money you unlock by selling your home. The best time to sell is usually when the housing market is at its peak and property prices are high. That's when you can get the most value from your home and shift into renting, without the risk of buying at inflated prices. Why buy when prices are high, when you can sell and rent instead? Here's the powerful part: once you sell, the equity you unlock can start working for you right away. For example, investing $500,000 at a conservative 6% return brings in $30,000 a year, which is often enough to fully cover rent while your main investment keeps growing. And because your money isn't locked into a house, you can now diversify. Put some in index funds for long-term growth, municipal bonds for tax-free income, REITs to stay in real estate without being a landlord, and dividend stocks to generate regular cash flow. You know what's interesting? When you really look at the numbers, smart renters often come out ahead. Let's say you have $600,000 in home equity. If you invest it conservatively at a 6% return, that gives you $36,000 a year in income. Many high-end rentals cost between $24,000 and $36,000 per year, which means your investments can fully cover your housing costs while your original $600,000 stays intact. Here's a surprising fact: over 20-year periods, diversified investment portfolios usually earn 3 to 4% more per year than real estate, and that extra growth can add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars during retirement. Plus, investing gives you more tax control, unlike homeownership, which comes with property taxes no matter how your income changes. As a renter, you can adjust your tax strategies each year for better results. You also gain something called geographic arbitrage: sell a home in an expensive area, rent in a cheaper one, and invest the difference. This not only lowers your living costs but boosts the money you have working for you. But the biggest advantage is a change in thinking, the mindset that makes this strategy so effective. For years, people have believed that renting means you're failing and owning means you've made it. But the truth is, after age 50, renting can actually show the highest level of financial wisdom. Wealthy people rent because they know real financial power comes from flexibility, not from locking money into one place. When you rent, your money stays free to create more opportunities instead of being stuck in the walls of a house. Here's what's interesting about changing the way you think: Once you take emotion out of the equation and focus on smart financial strategy, the truth becomes clear. Owning a home after 50 is often driven by fear and habit, while renting by choice shows confidence in your ability to earn better returns than what a house typically gains in value. The freedom that comes with renting goes far beyond money. It gives you the power to move when opportunities arise, be closer to family, or adjust to life's changes without being tied down by a property. Even Warren Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway, chooses to rent its headquarters, proving that sometimes the smartest move is not putting money into real estate. And here's a surprising fact: financially independent people are 40% more likely to rent their primary home compared to those still working toward wealth. That's not random, it's a smart choice made by people who know how to manage money wisely. Renting also has legacy benefits. Rather than leaving behind a house that grows in value slowly and might cause disagreements among heirs, strategic renters pass on liquid assets that are easy to divide and immediately useful. Your house should serve you, not trap you. After 50, your wealth should give you freedom, flexibility, and peace of mind, not weigh you down with repairs, taxes, and market uncertainty. Think about it: you've spent years working hard to build your wealth, and now it's time for that wealth to support the life you really want. The wealthy already live by this principle, and now you can too. You have a choice: stay house rich and possibly cash poor, or step into the smarter, more flexible path of renting that protects your finances and improves your lifestyle. Your money has worked hard for you, now let it serve your dreams, your freedom, and your future, even if that means renting instead of owning. In the end, strategic renting after 50 isn't about giving something up, it's about gaining control. Control over your time, your money, and your lifestyle. It's about making your wealth work harder for you, rather than keeping it locked in a property that demands constant care, rising costs, and limits your choices. The wealthy rent not because they have to, but because they choose to, and that choice reflects deep financial understanding, not failure. You've earned the right to live freely, invest wisely, and enjoy the life you've built without being tied down. The future belongs to those who value flexibility over tradition and smart strategy over outdated beliefs. Renting isn't a step back, it's a powerful step forward. If you found this video useful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to not miss our future uploads. See you in the next video.